Dear friends, welcome to this blessed gathering celebrating one of the holiest occasions in the Bahá'í calendar, the birth of the Bab, the Herald of the Bahá'í Faith, and the dawn of a new spiritual age. Over 2 centuries ago, on this day in 1819, in the city of Shíráz, Persia, a child was born whose life and teachings would change the course of human history. He was given the name Siyyid Alí-Muḥammad, but later took the title the Bab, meaning the gate. Through his revelation, the Bab opened the way for a new era of spiritual renewal and prepared humanity for the coming of Bahá'u'lláh, the promised one of all ages. The Bab's brief yet powerful ministry called for the transformation of hearts, the awakening of souls, and the advancement of justice and equality, particularly the upliftment of women and the poor. His life was a perfect example of courage, purity, and sacrifice. As we commemorate his birth, we remember not only a moment in history, but the light that dawned anew upon the world, a light that continues to illuminate the hearts of all who turn towards God with sincerity and love. Let us open our hearts to this spirit of renewal. Let us reflect on the divine purpose for which the Bab appeared, to awaken humanity and prepare us for a world united in peace and truth. May this devotional be a time of remembrance, reflection, and joy. Let us now begin with the first reading and prayer in honor of the birth of the Bab. In the name of the one born on this day, him whom God hath made to be the herald of his name, the Almighty, the All-Loving. This is a tablet we have addressed unto that night, wherein the heavens and the earth were illumined by a light that cast its radiance over the entire creation. Blessed art thou, O night, for through thee was born the day of God. Through thee the choice wine of everlasting life hath been unsealed. The doors of knowledge and utterance have been unlocked before the peoples of the earth. Overlook then my trespasses in thy presence. Thou verily art the Lord of bounty, the all-powerful, the ever-forgiving, the most generous. Bahá'u'lláh, tablet for the birth of the Bab. He took the name the Bab, meaning the gate in Arabic, with his call for spiritual and moral reformation. His message, which called for the advancement of women and the upliftment of the poor, aroused excitement and hope among all classes. The Bab's primary mission, to herald the arrival of a divinely inspired spiritual educator, cleared the way for the coming of a new messenger of God, Bahá'u'lláh, one that Baha'is believe will ultimately witness the emergence of a just, unified, and peaceful world civilization. In the Kitab-i-Aqdas, Bahá'u'lláh wrote that his birthday and that of the Bab are accounted as one in the sight of God. This is the day in which God's most excellent favors have been poured out upon men. This is the day whereon every man of insight hath hastened unto the living waters of the mercy of his Lord. These twin holy days signal a joyful celebratory season when the worldwide Baha'i community comes together to hail the beginning of a new era in human unity. The birth of the Bab, the day of the birth of Siyyid Alí-Muḥammad. This is celebrated as a holy day. The Bab was born on October 20th, 1819. This is a remembrance of that which was revealed in the year 60 in the days of God. Lo, the gates of paradise were unlocked, and the hallowed youth came forth. Rejoice, this is the immortal youth, come with a transcendent cause. Tonight, the planet's Baha'is commemorate the birth of the Bab, the forerunner of Bahá'u'lláh and the founder of the Bahá'í Faith, because the Baha'is call their birthdays the twin holy days. These days mark one of the happiest and most delight-filled times of the year all across the global Baha'i community. At sunset today, Baha'is all over the world will begin celebrating the birth of the Bab, the forerunner of Bahá'u'lláh, in conjunction with the new outpouring of spiritual grace. Those twin revelations promise to establish the unity of all peoples, cultures, and religions as they fulfill the age-old promise of the kingdom of God on earth.
In the middle of the 19th century, one of the most turbulent periods in the world's history, a young merchant announced that he was the bearer of a message destined to transform the life of humanity. At a time when his country was undergoing widespread moral breakdown, his message aroused excitement and hope among all classes, rapidly attracting thousands of followers. With his call for spiritual and moral reformation and his attention to improving the position of women and the lot of the poor, his prescription for spiritual renewal was revolutionary. He founded a distinct, independent religion of his own, inspiring his followers to transform their lives and carry out great acts of heroism. He announced that humanity stood at the threshold of a new era. His mission, which was to last only 6 years, was to prepare the way for the coming of a manifestation of God who would usher in the age of peace and justice promised in all the world's religions. His name was Mirza Ali-Muḥammad, known as the Bab. He was born in Iran in 1819, declared his mission in 1844 when he was only 25 years old, and was executed in 1950 at the age 31. In order to know more about the Bab, we can refer to Shoghi Effendi, the guardian of the Bahá'í Faith, as well as the founder, Bahá'u'lláh. The mission of the Bab was twofold, according to the guardian. Firstly, he was an independent manifestation of God. Secondly, the herald of one greater than himself, who would inaugurate a new, unprecedented era in the religious history of mankind. Twofold mission. These are some of the words the guardian used to describe the person of the Bab: gentle, youthful, matchless in his meekness, impenetrable in his sincerity, magnetic in his utterance, infinite in his tenderness, irresistible in his charm, unsurpassed in his heroism, matchless in the dramatic circumstances of his short yet eventful life. Baha'u'lláh describes the Bab as the essence of essences, the sea of seas, the primal point, as the point around whom the realities of the prophets and messengers revolve, whose rank excelleth that of all the prophets, and whose revelations transcend the comprehension and understanding of all the chosen ones. All manifestations of God come here to guide us. They come here to reveal the words of God to us. However, there is a hierarchy in the station of the prophets of God. Some reveal more of the sacred writings to humanity, and some reveal less. This may very well have something to do with the humanity's capacity at the time. How does the Bab compare to other prophets in his revelations? To think of the Bab simply as the herald of Bahá'u'lláh is not to fully understand his station. His mission outranks all the missions of previous manifestations of God, Baha'u'lláh states. He is not to be simply regarded as a precursor of the Baha'i revelation. As the Bab himself states in the Persian Bayan, the object of all prophets gone before him has been fulfilled. Shoghi Effendi remarks on the Bab's revelations as solely unparalleled in the annals of any previous religion. In the Quran, the sacred text of Islam, Muhammad revealed 78,000 words, or roughly 6,000 verses, over the span of 23 years. That is all the humanity needed at the time. The Bab revealed over 5 million words in his short 6-year ministry. That is greater than all the sacred verses of all the combined religions of the past. It is said he was able to reveal holy verses at a rate of 1,000 verses every 6 hours. I would like to end tonight's talk with some of his words. Purge your hearts of worldly desires, and let angelic virtues be your adorning. The time is come when naught but the purest motive, supported by deeds of stingless purity, can ascend to the throne of the Most High and be acceptable unto him. Heed not your weaknesses and frailty. Fix your gaze upon the invincible power of the Lord, your God, the Almighty. Arise in his name and put your trust wholly in him, and be assured of ultimate victory. Beseech the Lord your God to grant that no earthly entanglements, no worldly affections, no ephemeral pursuits may tarnish the purity or embitter the sweetness of that grace which flows through you.
Dear friends, as we bring this gathering to a close, we give thanks for this sacred opportunity to remember and celebrate the birth of the Bab, whose life and mission opened the door to the revelation of Bahá'u'lláh. The Bab's words and example remind us of the power of faith, the beauty of sacrifice and the transformative strength of divine love. His call to spiritual awakening continues to echo through the centuries, inviting each of us to become a beacon of light in our own lives and communities. May we leave this gathering with hearts renewed, inspired by the courage of the Bab and his message of hope. May we carry forward his vision of a world illumined by justice, compassion, and unity. Let us walk in that same light with steadfast hearts and radiant spirits as we prepare to celebrate soon the birth of Bahá'u'lláh, the fulfillment of the Bab's promise, and the dawning of a new day for humankind.